Hello, and welcome to The Table is Yours, a role-playing adventure show where a bunch of friends sit around a table and through video call to play Dungeons and Dragons. I am your lovely GM, your best friend, Con Riley. My pronouns are they, them. You can follow me anywhere at Kryles. And for today's fun fact, my favorite color is green. Starting with our furry friends, let's start with Vic Schmidt.
Hi, I'm Vic. I play Resident Rat Boy Terrence Astonis. My pronouns are they, them. Terrence's pronouns are he, they. And my favorite color is also green. I think that's going to be everyone's answer, honestly. But to be more specific, I like a forest green or an emerald green.
Yeah, I like a forest green or a mint green.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I play Wash. Our pronouns are he, him. The favorite color thing is olive drab. Yeah.
Olive drab.
Deuces.
Hey everybody, I'm Heather Laura. I play Shay Erebos. My pronouns are she, they. It's really hard for me to choose a favorite color because fruity people are hard at making decisions, as we all know, right? Yeah. I'm going to say blue. Red is a close second. And then, of course, a really beautiful purple would be my third because it's blue and red together.
Hi. I just finished writing down my new spells because I forgot to level up. It's fine.
Yeah, they leveled up to 10, by the way. I'll say that again.
So I got fun new stuff to try on other people. But for now, my name is Sydney and I play Codex Sayori. She is a wild magic sorcerer. What is she? A rune knight fighter. Not different. Our pronouns are both she, her, and her favorite color is like a sky blue, and my favorite color is slate. Like a bluish tinted slate color.
That's
very,
good.
very swag.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I play Isabella Ballador, Tiefling Paladin Bard of the group. We both use she, her pronouns, and Issa's favorite color is blue and my favorite color is purple.
Terrence's favorite color is piss yellow.
Hey, I'm Jake. I play Finley de Galilei. He, him. My favorite color is maroon.
Ugh.
When did that change?
That's my mom's favorite color.
Why didn't you tell me that changed?
Do I have to update you when my favorite color changes?
You need to send out a letter.
It was
I'm going to
orange.
shake you awake every morning and go, my favorite color's changed!
To whom it may concern.
To whom it may concern, my new favorite color is
That's
maroon.
Patreon content, baby.
Yeah, my favorite color is maroon.
But with that, you can follow us anywhere, of course, at TTIYDND on all socials. That is our Instagram, our Twitter, X, whatever that is nowadays.
It's Twitter.
YouTube, of course, podcasts. You can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And then Patreon. Support our Patreon. Put out stuff there for you, and it helps support our show so we can keep making this for you. We love you. But yeah, with that, let's get into the recap of what happened last episode of The Table is Yours. What story shall be sung today? One can never know how the melody might sound. Our adventurers have already begun to pluck the strings of their story, and their combined composition is unfolding like a road before us.
So Shay woke up all groggy in where she assumed was the grove. In the distance, she saw 4 figures arguing over the Chaos Diamond, seemingly the Beast of the Wilds and 2 others that were similar, one with vines covering them and the other holding a teacup? The 4th being didn't seem to be a beast per se, but held the diamond and seemed to have the most authority over them all. They had multiple blood-red appendages and seemed to leave with the diamond. As the 3 beasts turned to Shay, Willow appeared and scooped her up, running her the hell out of there. The Martyrs and Shay explained everything when the rest of us came back from Skinball training with Eunomia. Skipping ahead to Zaharvest, that's our New Year's holiday, most of us just spent that time with family. The biggest thing that happened during the break was that Connie left me a note saying she had to take care of things alone and that she might not be back. She left me V2, her armor, and instructions for her pact with Chartreuse if I wanted to continue it. That is, if she doesn't return. I told the rest of the Fates, and let's just say, left us all kinda glum. After the holidays, we got in the mindset of nothing but Skinball. We cleared the round robin and made it to the top 4 for the semifinals. The teams were us, Axes and Arrows, the Gore Drinkers, and most notorious, yet most popular, Maidenless Behavior. The games were tough, but Shay was definitely our MVP in the first game against the Gore Drinkers, getting us into the finale game against who other than and maidenless behavior. Their behaviors were huge dirty cheats, but still, we beat them. Though it did cost Finley his life. Issa used hold person on the behaviors team captain, which resulted in her sword going through Finley's neck as he scored the winning goal. As the stadium filled with raucous cheers, we were all panicking trying to find someone to heal Finley, but all the medics were gone, assumedly Serafima's doing. Codex managed to connect to one of the 2 diamonds offered as prizes for the tournament, and met the Immolator, the god of change and sacrifice. With her help, Codex used the diamond to wish Finley back to life. She tried to wish his family back too, but that didn't work apparently. As we had a tearful team hug for Finley's resurrection, we were interrupted by Serafima, who had the other prized diamond, and she said she'd be keeping it as payment for being our patron. She also informed us that she had Connie and threatened her life if we tried anything, which Shay did, and revealed that the diamonds make wishes, so that's just great! Now Serafima knows that, and can definitely use it against us. I fucking hate this bitch.
My boy! So, after Serafima's little shindig show up, you probably all return to the Pale White Castle Keep. So, all of you, your entire house staff, I would say probably your parents, Issa, Phoebe and Kashmir.
Right.
Phoebe and Kashmir. Estella, Rory, Keurig, Safi, and Dogma, Maud, Sean, Rush, and Willow as well. All of you conglomerate back, probably taking one of the carriages back to the Pale White Castle Keep. Yeah.
Basically, everyone we've ever known that isn't in prison or dead is here.
Was about the time?
So, as you guys return, I'm sure you probably all gather in the courtyard. It looks like they... if you quick glance, you'll see that Braz, your cook, the half-orc, it looks like he does have, 2 different, congratulations, or you tried, cakes.
Oh no!
then he quick changes as they kind of set up a bit of a celebratory after the facts gathering. They at least have food and stuff, so you guys can all hang out, relax, and celebrate, or get cheered up if you would have lost in your courtyard. So at that point, then, with all of those people there, I will say the table is yours.
The cake was changed to sorry you won.
Sorry you won.
I'm assuming we came here, we didn't go to the locker room, so, Codex is real sweaty and gross. She's like, wow, this looks great, I'm gonna go clean up really quick, and then I'll be back down, and she, waves at her dads and her brother, and then, takes off to get to the bathrooms to, quick wash up at, a sink or something.
Gotcha.
I send an SMS chat to the Fated Fates, and I'm like, can we go get drunk upstairs? And then I leave.
Do you take cake with you?
Yeah.
There's an entire party of people, and Issa's like, can we all go somewhere the fuck else?
Yeah.
Terrence will follow, because he's trying to avoid his mom.
Yeah, at the moment you walk away, you probably have, Rory step into frame and be like, your mother would like to speak with you.
Okay.
He kind of just, sidesteps, and she's sitting right behind him. She's half full of tears, half anger. She doesn't know what emotion she wants to choose right now. And she just grabs you by the collar and says, "What the hell was that?"
He's like, so the thing I've been working on my whole life, it works?
Skinball?
No, not Skinball. What do you mean? What do you mean, what the hell was that? What are you asking about?
I'm asking about a lot of things. Skinball, these people you're with, the growing into a big boy thing? What is this?
You already know that I'm in an adventuring party. That's who the people are.
Yeah, I thought that's you just show up and you go yeah, we're it's the people who dress up as princesses for parties. That's what I thought it was.
Ma, you know that we were recognized by the king, and we actually defeated a bad guy. This guy was gonna destroy the city.
I've defeated a guy. There was a guy who came in and he really wanted the bill to be put lower, and I defeated him right out the door. So,
was he evil? Magic evil?
There's some words I have, some choice words I won't share during a party like this, but yeah.
No, Ma, I've been using the experiments I have been making my whole life to help people and to be a hero.
Okay, it's just a lot. It's when you used to swallow too much and then throw up a lot as a kid. It's kind of like that right now. I thought
I know you worry, and that's why I didn't tell you. It all just happened so fast, Ma. I didn't know, like, how to stop and be like, hang on, I gotta go tell my ma that I'm, like...
Making drugs? Here's a question, though. Can I see what happens when you take these drugs? Because I only got to see... to be honest, I was talking to Rory. I thought that someone hired someone else to be you for a second. Because I didn't... But then when I saw you come out of it is more when I freaked out. Because at first I was like, oh, Terrence could never play Skinball. And then I realized when you deflated, it was you.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming...
I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't deflate so that you could maybe live in that illusion a little longer.
No, yeah. It's just... How do I put this? So when this happens, okay, when you take it, okay, do you inflate?
Yeah? Yes?
Okay, that's what I thought you were going to say. Question number 2 is going to be, how long have you been making this?
Well, since I was like 16.
What? I can't. It's a loud potty.
Okay, technically, in high school.
Okay. How do you make this thing? I'm assuming you must have picked up the dark arts of cooking or something from me. I don't know.
Well, that kind of stopped. I'm not going to say I learned it from watching you because I did, but it helped. So this is
Hold on. So when you have these drugs or whatever, do you eat them, or is it like a salve you put on your body?
I drink it.
Right. So if you're picking up what I'm already thinking, Terrence, I just need to confirm this. So you could potentially put this in someone's soup.
Terrence's face falls.
I know Dominic was a bad guy, Terrence. And I can't say it hasn't been better since, but, I didn't want to make you a murderer, so...
You didn't.
I know, and I'm not saying this because I'm upset, it's just I'm putting pieces together. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like, this is not me reprimanding you. It's just, it's putting this whole situation of what the fuck happened that night into a bigger understanding, and it's a hard pill to swallow. And not because you did anything wrong. It's just alarming. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you're thinking in your head, but I'm thinking in your head he probably would have killed you, Ma, and you're right, so... It's just...
I didn't know that would happen. I really didn't.
No, this is not something you have to say sorry for. He was a horrible person to me and to you. It's just a big realization, you know what I mean? So, just... Yeah. So do you poison people?
No, Ma, I don't poison people. I take it to help people. I become really strong, unlike I've ever been, and I can help people like me, if that makes sense.
Okay. So, is it that you just don't think you're good enough? Did I do something wrong?
No, Ma, no. He kind of looks over his shoulders and is...
I know you didn't have the best upbringing, but I didn't...
No, Ma, you didn't mess up. It's not... Nothing about this is on you. I will never be... Just because of how things are and how I am, I will never be the man that I want to be. But this is making me the man that I want to be. And I'm able to help people, and I wouldn't be able to do that. It's all I know how to do, is create and invent And now I can actually do that, and it's actually putting some good out there in the world. So there's nothing for you. I don't want you to feel disappointed or ashamed of me. I want to make...
I'm not ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of myself. You don't think you're strong enough as you are?
Do I look strong enough?
Terrence, it doesn't matter what you look like. It's just if you are or you aren't. And... You know, I just did. Is it because of what my inability to give you a good life as a kid?
No, I had a great life, Ma. I did.
I heard that serums were what made the things happen at the university. Is it because someone stole your stuff? And is that because of me? If I could have, your father just never went out, and if you never met him, and she's kind of starting to stumble.
Mama. He just pulls her into a hug.
I don't want you thinking you have to change to be the best person and version of who you are. You don't have to.
I'm not, Ma. I'm not changing.
Terrence, you are. You've done so many things. You're so smart. You challenge things, you know?
And that's what this is. I'm not changing. This is still me. I'm still the same person. Nothing is changing. I'm just doing what I was meant to do. I'm creating and helping, and you shouldn't be ashamed. I'm not hurting anybody.
It looks like it hurts you, Terrence.
It doesn't.
Okay.
I don't want you to be ashamed of yourself or feel like you failed me, because you didn't. You are a great mom.
Okay.
You did everything right, and I just want to make you proud.
I'm always proud of you, baby. I'm always proud of you. I just want to know that you're safe.
I might not be, but I'm gonna... But that's just life, you know? And have I chosen a path that was maybe more dangerous than being a teacher or something? Yeah. But, I don't know, Dad chose a dangerous path too. But he did right by the people, you know?
Yeah. I just want to make sure you're doing right by you, okay? That's what matters most.
And I am.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stop crying and get some cake, because it smells really good. She just kind of walks away.
Familial drama.
Ow.
Oof.
Terrence is sad. He's gonna go find where everyone else is drinking.
Finley is just kind of looking for the ears.
The ears?
The ears.
Oh, I was like, what? Okay. She's off bathing.
So he's gonna find Dogma on accident. And he's gonna wave through the party to get to the ears that he can see, and just kind of reach out and grab behind the arm. No, Codex, it's... Oh my god.
I am not Codex!
You're not Codex.
Nope. Can you look at my arm, please?
Oh god, right. Hi, I'm Finley.
Hi.
He's such a loser.
Name?
Oh, Dogma.
Right, I should have already known that.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. It's just being so high up, all I could see was the ears, and she also has the ears. And the color
Don't see how
palette.
that correlates, but sure.
Well, I'm looking for her, so I was looking for ears, and I'm above everybody. So
Do you remember when she walked in and said, I'm gonna go bathe?
No. I've been through a lot. I died earlier. So I wanted to talk to her about the fact that I'm alive again.
Why?
Because if she didn't bring me back, I'd still be dead?
Oh, okay. She brought you back. Okay.
That's what I'm assuming.
Why?
She doesn't have that kind of magic, according to Dogma.
I don't know. It's a crazy world.
Okay.
All right. What?
No, I don't know how to continue what I'm not.
I'm just speaking word of mouth, but also I hope you're having a good time. I don't know.
I'm here.
Just kind of look around. Well, all right, the bathroom or the
But maybe let her
the bath.
bathe.
Well, it's a communal place. We all bathe together yesterday.
Well, yeah, but did you need to bathe?
I am pretty disgusted.
Okay.
I also I am pretty worse for wear, so it might be best not to walk around with all of what used to be inside of me all over me.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry for grabbing you, for scaring you.
No, it's fine. I'm not scared.
Right. It was great to meet you. Your
We've met
sister's
before.
a wonderful person.
Okay, yeah. Nice to run into you.
Have fun at school.
What?
I don't know. You're done?
Well, I might go back for a second doctorate.
Right. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye. Sorry.
Just above everybody, just kind of like meandering through, trying not to like look at anybody or see anybody.
Okay.
And then rush to the bathroom.
I materialize next to Dogma. Hey, what were you guys talking about?
I have no idea.
Okay.
He just grabbed me.
Yeah, it's just,
What do you mean, yeah?
what do you mean? Yeah, everybody does that here. Issa grabs me all the time, and I almost hit her one time.
She tried.
I tried.
I should
Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know when you have time to talk. Maybe not today.
Yeah.
I found out some things.
Okay. She kind of like looks around at the party of people and is just like realizing that like half of the people aren't here.
Yeah, they all like left. The
Yeah,
purple
they're-
one.
Issa?
Isabella.
Isabella? Ballador?
Ballador.
Yep.
I don't know anything about that.
You don't know the Balladors?
I mean, yeah, but like,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Do you suddenly care about nobles?
No, but
yeah,
I'm
there you
saying
go.
like you interact with like people of higher status a lot.
Yeah,
with
other
your, like,
nerds, Codex.
Okay, Dogma. Listen.
What? Good job today.
Thanks. It was really cool, but also really scary.
Well, yeah, but that's the game, right?
I mean, yeah, but I've never played at that bracket level, so like death was never on the table when we were playing before. You know what I mean? But like maidenless behavior. Playing against maidenless behavior was really cool and scary and terrifying, and also a lot of other things.
Anyway, he was looking for you.
Who? Finley?
Yeah.
Okay. She like just looks like sees Finley off in the distance above everybody else, and she's like, okay, well, we can meet up before you leave, right? Are you gonna leave
Today?
early? Yeah.
Sure.
Or like tomorrow? Are you around?
I think.
She's like, okay, we will meet tomorrow,
Okay.
and we will talk about what you figured out.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
I will find you.
Okay.
Or just no, actually, be here at like noon. We can have lunch.
You want me to come here?
Do you not want to be here at our cool castle?
No, I didn't say that. I just.
Well, then why did you say it like
Because people
that?
grabbed me.
I will tell them not to grab you.
Well, apparently that's what you all do. You all grab each other.
Oh my god. She's gonna go try and find the tall cowboy.
Okay.
It's probably not hard.
It's
He
not
didn't-
hard.
He didn't make it very
Yeah.
far.
Shay, did you go up to drink?
I was gonna go talk to Hal, actually.
Yeah, you probably see Hal and Yelena are probably chatting. But you probably all see Dogma's walking over from like a weird frizzled, like his hair's a little puffed as it's like calming down, walking over probably to talk to Yelena. If you want to grab.
I turn and talk to both of them. That's stuff that they both know.
Oh, Shay, congratulations on the win. A lot of crazy things are happening, obviously, but I'm glad everyone seems to be okay now.
Yes, thankfully. That was not the ending we were expecting in either direction, but thank goodness.
Yeah, I was going to ask you too. I see that Willow's here.
She is.
Interesting. Okay, well, I'm glad that she is also okay.
Yes, it seems like death is a bit of a temporary thing around us right now. It's good to see you both again.
Yes, Yelena kind of goes on. I hear that the Fated Fates have definitely made a name for themselves. You seem to be thriving.
Yes, but all success is never without its downsides as well.
What makes you say that?
Let's just say our patron is not quite the best around. I'm sure you both know Serafima Rousseau.
Yes, Lady Rousseau is definitely a person to keep at arm's length, if not farther.
Oh yes, we've been trying. Sadly, she just keeps getting closer and closer. But I do have information that I think you might like, Hal.
What's that?
I saw the beast again.
The one of the wilds, the one of the grove?
Both. There were two others as well.
Others? What kind of others?
The only reason I knew which one was from the grove is because when we saw it, it had those exact same things coming out of its arms.
The, like, vine-esque stuff?
Yes. Even though it was just a flash when you and I saw it, but I would remember it forever. Yes, that one. And then the third one had a teacup, I think? I'm not sure. But the strangest one was the fourth one that they all seemed to answer to. That just had all these red arms coming out of it. The gist of it was they wanted something I was holding on to, and that's why they originally took me, and I don't know why they left me alive for so long, but it was long enough for Willow to save me.
Was it a diamond? Says Yelena.
It was.
You watch as they both kind of like look at each other, and then they watch as like Dogma's finally walking over and be like, "Oh my god, why is everyone grabbing people here? What are we talking about?"
Just catching up with my old friends. It's good to see you again, Dogma.
Oh yeah, hi. I was gonna talk to you I was gonna tell Codex the stuff that we were researching, if that's okay, tomorrow. How's like it's your sister. Also, it probably pertains to, as he gestures to Shay. Yeah, Yolanda, myself, and Dogma have all been researching some pertinent texts that have to do with ancient times, magic, and diamonds that can cast unconsequential wishes.
Really?
Yes, we've something about the Dawnwood having roots form into these crystalline wish holders, and that's all we really have. But if you found one, that's incredible. I thought they were all gone from everything we've read.
I think all three of you should come tomorrow, and we can all discuss all of these things in greater detail then.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Shay kind of gives Yelena a little side hug and then goes back up and follows everyone to the bar.
Isn't he still, like, heading towards the bathrooms, not knowing that the Codex is right behind him?
You just hear her yell. She's like, Finley!
He, like, hunkers down. His legs just, like, go into, like, a wide position as he's, like, holding up his hands. It's just like, Codex?
I'm behind you.
Whips around frantically thinking Codex is in this direction, but I'm hearing her around me.
Are you okay? She's like looking and she's all fluffy because she just took a bath. Are you... Excuse me. And she's gonna like file through everybody and then get to come over to Finley and like she has to look up at you, so she's like neck craning like, are you good?
He has to look down at you, so he's neck craning the opposite direction.
Dogma said you wanted to talk to me, so what's up?
Right, so the big glaring thing that I'm very curious about, I'm alive.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
No.
So you made a wish?
A wish?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it scary?
It was just like talking to another god, which like at this point, this one was relatively chill, like the other lady.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm more curious about like the wording. Like, do I have to worry about something? Like, who was the god?
As far as we know, the wishes don't have any consequences, but they're kind of like attuned to the thing. And I think it kind of worked out because this one was the immolator, and you do fire stuff, so...
It's just, you seem nervous.
Yeah, you did die.
I did die.
In front of me. Very close to me.
I also died.
And I did yell at Wash, and it was a lot, so I should probably go apologize. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we won, and that's cool, and you're back, so it's good.
The rest of your party's gathering upstairs. Myself and Fabio.
Alright.
Okay, thanks for the update, Casimir.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that there is no negative repercussions about me.
I mean, if you
alive.
start hearing a scary voice in your head that's like, I am the immolator, and fire shoots out of your body, then I think we could be concerned, but I think you're fine.
As long as I don't have any weird magical side effects due to this wish, I'm fine.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay. We should go upstairs.
Up at the bar.
I think Issa grabs a bottle of whiskey from behind the bar and 6 shot glasses, and she puts 3 down in front of Wash and 3 down in front of her.
Oh my god. Let's go!
She's like, this one is because my parents are here, and then she takes a shot. And she's like,
Wash mimics.
this one is because I killed another fated fate. Takes a shot. And this one, I don't remember. And then she takes the 3rd shot. We should take a vacation.
Not sure we can do that.
Yeah, but like Serafima seems kind of occupied with the diamond thing. Also, she has Connie. Oh, that was what the 3rd shot was for. And then she pours another shot and takes a shot. Anyway, you should take Codex on a date. Are you boyfriend girlfriend?
No.
Do you want to be?
I'd be okay with it.
Okay. So are you gonna ask her?
At some point, can Terrence walk in also?
The order of operations of walking in will be Terrence, then Shay, then Cashmere and Phoebe, and then Codex and Finley.
So I kind of asked, She said she needs time to think about it, I guess.
When was that?
After she almost drowned, and then before we fought Balthazar.
Wash, that was like 7 months ago.
Yeah.
And you haven't circled back?
I don't know if I'm not making this clear enough. I'm not very equipped for dating.
Terrence is gonna walk in at this point.
Let's go.
Grab the bottle from Issa, 3 shot glasses from in front of Wash, and pour them in, and then take all 3 in a row.
I got turned around. This place is really big. Where are we going?
We're going upstairs.
Alright, let's all go upstairs. I'll gather this there. So, when you guys are all there, it is the 6 of you. Some of you might be a little drunk. And then it's Fiara, Casimir, Rush, Willow, Sham, and Maud.
God, there's so many people upstairs. Codex just sits at the bar.
So, Fiara probably stands up with her wine glass. Some information we should all go over. First of all, I think it's best to introduce you all to Sham. And Sham's just like, hi, I feel like we've probably already met, so this is probably not the first time you've actually talked to me, but it's the first time I'm talking to you, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, I punched you in the face once. I'm sorry.
I don't care. If you did not know, we are all martyrs of Ponte, except for Maud. And I'm getting close to convincing her since of my reawakening.
Why don't you want to be a martyr of Ponte?
He looks at Mud, she's like,
It just seems like something like, I don't know.
You like being part of groups.
That's not true.
You're part of the Red Raven Adventuring Guild.
It's a job.
Yeah, it's a group.
I think Mud should can't she just be like the...
Why can't I just be Maud?
Yeah. Mud, do whatever you want. You know I got you.
Right. Anyway, Sean, continue? Yeah, so... information is all kind of gathered and been put together word by word and connection by connection and all that good stuff to put a little bit of a fill in the blanks of a lot of the curiosities we've all had. So, we know there's that beast in the wilds, yes. Wraithia has some involvement of the diamonds in somehow being... Our assumption is distributing. The only reason why I think that is because Maud and I were looking at some of my ledgers that I wrote, quote-unquote, that had to do with this distribution of fine jewelry and gems to different places. Namely, the places you just recently were. 1 into the wilds, and then 2 into a very famous stadium you were just performing your little game at. So we wondered how would Serafima get to that, but then we saw, of course, it was something that was notarized and authorized by the Bull of the Onyx Obscurity, Lady Arathia Burke. So... that is all that. Don't really know what her involvement is past that other than just sowing chaos. But the other thing that we have discovered altogether, and he kind of gestures over to Fiara, the Rousseaus have been connected to the diamonds for a very long time. Or maybe not diamonds, but wishes. Apparently, Serafima Rousseau, her parents, and I'm sure generations before them, have held the rank as the Lord and Lady of the West Zabraria because of their relation to a secret benefactor. We couldn't get much under than that, other than they've always had a third party there with them that somewhere behind the scenes have garnered them power. Meaning what to say is, if Serafima now has a diamond, and she also has some type of beneficiary behind her, which is something we need to talk to Balthazar about, because Balthazar still is mums on the word of how he found out any of the inscriptions he put into that goblet.
You want me to talk to him?
Maybe.
Okay.
So what we're working with right now is somehow Arathia found more diamonds and distributed them, and Serafima Rousseau is highly connected to whatever these inscriptions that we found before are. Our theory is the beast is also connected to it.
Oh, there's more than one beast. So, jot that down.
We can talk about that more in detail in the meeting tomorrow.
Yes, Willow did tell me that there were figures in the grove when they found you, Shay. So I just wanted to say this is what we kind of have laid out on the table as cards in our hand.
Okay.
And we all know that Serafima currently has the diamond we were supposed to win from the game.
The second diamond, correct.
And she has Connie.
And we still don't know what happened with the diamond that you were taken with, Shay, correct?
Correct.
Oh, the immolator's off the table.
Okay, good to know.
Yep.
She kind of just like looks to Casimir, who like kind of takes out a little pocketbook. Not pocketbook. Check. That's what we're working with.
Okay, cool. Do you guys want to get hammered?
Roll persuasion.
I promise I won't punch you again.
So I was like, I don't remember you punching me.
Okay, well, I remember punching you, and I don't want to do it again.
18.
18.
Yeah. She gives a charming smile.
We could party a little.
A little. Okay. As everyone kind of starts to, I guess, re-enter party mode or whatever, she's gonna like tap Terrence on the shoulder, even though he looks very tipsy, and be like,
He's tipsy, but he's also just kind of staring into the void.
"Hey, are you super busy right now?"
Him staring at nothing. No.
Okay. Can I talk to you real quick?
Sure.
Can I borrow him for a second?
Can I borrow him for a second? Do you want to go talk in your room, or do you want to go talk?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
So he leads you to his room, and we sit. He pulls out a chair for you.
She doesn't sit. She walks around the room, and she's like,
Oh, V2's in there as well, by the way.
Yeah.
"Oh," she's like, "Hey, bud," and she like goes out to pet him a little bit, and she's like, "Oh, you're so warm." And she like kind of just starts pacing around your room.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I actually think no, I mean, but you know everything that they just talked about and everything like that and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So no, but I think that's just the constant state of our being right now, and I think that. Okay, so, and then she, like, kind of turns and is, like, now facing you, but kind of staring off into the middle distance. And she's like, "I've been thinking a lot, like, probably way too much. And I talked to Finley for a while, not today, but, like, a while ago, and we talked about some stuff, and I need your expert opinion on this, but, so you know how, like, there's the potential that I am just a manifestation of, like, a magic thing?
Yes?
The Hexaleap stuff, you know, like how is...
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're gonna figure it out tomorrow, maybe, depending on how good Dogma is at doing research, which, like, that's one of the only things he's really good at as far as I know, so probably good. In your life, right, when you... And she starts pacing again. In your life, and, like, when you found your girlfriend, right, why did you like her?
What the fuck is this conversation about? What, are we talking about the Hexaleap thing?
Yes.
Because if you want me to... Okay. What? Okay. What was the question?
When you found your girlfriend, like, what did you like about her?
She talked to me. She also could play music, and I thought that was cool.
Do you think...
Codex, what the hell are you asking me?
Terrence, I'm freaking out. Like, what if... Okay, so if I ask Wash to be my boyfriend, do you think he's gonna be freaked out by the potential that I am half of a magical thing that was thrown at the material plane and is not, like, a real paragon?
He, like, puts his hands like this, like... kind of, like, tries to, like, stop your... Like, catch your words as they're coming out of your mouth.
What are you doing? What is that?
We're gonna think about this. Okay.
I've been thinking about a lot of things, and, like, this is one of them, so think away.
I'm catching your words. Stop talking. He punches you in the arm. Not hard, but he punches you in the arm. Did you feel that?
No, Terrence, you don't hit that hard.
Okay, but you felt it. It happened. You felt it.
Yes.
That was a thing. You are a physical being. I don't think you're going to, like... If you have a consciousness, you have a physical body, you grew up, you are, like, I think this worrying about whether or not you're gonna turn into the Hexaleap or some bullshit like that, I think it's just that. I think it is bullshit. I think that it is part of who you are, and it is something that has created you, and maybe there's something to, like, unpack there and learn about, sure. But you're not gonna just evaporate. You are still a physical being, you are growing up, you are a person.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it is something to think about, but also there is if it is something you have to worry about, am I gonna, like, evaporate and become the Hexaleaf? Then do whatever the fuck you want right now, because that's, you know, it's no different than a normal life.
Yeah. She, like, finally sits down and she's just like, I just don't know. Like, we went on all these dates and we, like, did all this stuff and it was fun and, like, I'm having a good time and, I actually feel like I genuinely know stuff about him now and whatever and, yeah. But, it's, like...
Then stop worrying about it.
Terrence, I'm always gonna worry about it.
Okay, yeah, I'm always gonna worry about shit, too. Everyone's gonna worry and we're all gonna worry and all the bad things can happen. But that shouldn't stop you from doing the good things. You know? If bad things are gonna happen regardless, then you might as well make good things happen before the bad things happen.
She kind of just, like, slow blinks at you and, like, really processes that, and then she's like, yeah, you're right.
Also, he would say yeah.
Okay, maybe not to... I'll think about it. Okay, thanks, Terrence. Let's go get hammered. Well, you're already...
Let's get more hammered.
Yeah.
It's a smash cut to Issa and Wash at the bar, and Issa's like, okay, you gotta ask her. You gotta ask her.
Wash, I actually wanted to speak to you really quickly, if that was okay. But it's also bad news, so I don't know. Fucking hell, guys!
Because we're not right now. Not right now.
I just thought he'd want to know things about his parents.
Oh my god.
You'll be at the meeting tomorrow, right?
I don't know.
Alright, so you're going to the meeting tomorrow. I'm going to go find Codex. I'll be back.
I just thought he might want to know.
Not right now.
I mean, it's pretty pertinent information.
Okay.
It connects directly to Serafima.
Okay, well, the meeting...
I can tell, do you want me to tell you? I feel like I should tell somebody.
Okay, you can tell me. You need to get it off your chest.
Well, do you remember Eileen Brisea? Or do you know her?
Kind of.
The bitch that works for her?
There's a lot of bitches that work for Serafima, but I think I know.
The elven one who's a noble?
Are they all
She was at
nobles?
the, you told me she was with the dwarf at the fighting club.
Yeah, okay.
And
yeah.
she was childhood best friends with Wash's parents. So.
Oh, okay.
And from what I've heard, betrayed them, so.
Oh, so did she kill them?
I don't know.
Yeah, Wash would, yeah, you should
Should
tell.
I tell him now?
No.
Okay. He like turns a little bit.
No. Let him, he needs this time.
Let him cook.
Let him cook. Wait until, you might see him later, and if he seems... Well, no, you shouldn't ruin his happiness.
Well, I just wondered too, because if Serafima finds out that he's Felix Wirch, then there's going to be a problem with his blood and such.
Why would there be a problem with his blood?
Because his father was donating blood.
So?
Well, not donating. Well, it's more like it was like hush money. Aside from the hush money, they were siphoning off money and blood from Wash's parents.
What? So it wasn't... Okay, so he didn't volunteer the blood?
No, he did. So he wouldn't die.
Why would he die?
Because they would kill him.
Why?
Because the Rousseaus are bad people.
Okay, who are the Wirches?
Wash. Well, Wersh is how you
Wor- It takes 1 second. She's like,
They were nobles in the 9th precinct. But I guess they fell out of favour with the Rousseaus because the Rousseaus are very finicky with their favourites.
Okay, so Wash is in trouble.
Well, if Serafima finds out that he's Felix Wirch, yeah, which isn't too hard to find out.
Yeah, well, how did you find out?
Well, the Nerimont Society is like the notoriety of the land.
So you knew this for 8 months?
No, I've known that his name is Felix Wirch for a very long time.
Okay, and then, but you just found out about Lady Brisea.
Oh, yes.
How did you find that out?
Oh, well. While you guys were all... The thing with the ball, I was sitting next to, well, for a time, Phoebe. And then I saw that Miss Alona was there, and I decided to do a little bit of delving. I casted Disguise Self and luckily convinced her I was somebody else. I was pretending to be Eileen Brisea. And...
What? Why would you do that?
Well, because I knew that the Briseas were nobles as well as the Wershes, and I just had a theory. I wanted to test it, and I was like, "Did I know the Wershes?"
What?
And Miss Alona said yes.
What?
I mean, it wasn't that I was much more clever about it. This is just my recap. I more said, Felix Wirch, and then she just started saying things, and I thought I fucked up because I said his name, but she was saying how she was holding that information because she knew that too and hasn't told Serafima, which means Serafima doesn't yet know.
Why isn't she telling her?
Oh, she didn't tell me that yet. I'd have to go back for another. We're going to get coffee.
What?
I took a lead on a hunch, and I think it was successful. But I would like to find out why she won't tell Serafima that Wash is Felix Wash.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
Because she asked me if I told Serafima, and I said no, and she said if I did, she'd kill me.
Okay, the one problem with that is that you're not Lady Briseia, so, like, what if Lady Briseia did tell Serafima?
I don't think Lady Briseia knows that Wash is Felix Wash.
What?
I know that I was Lady Briseia in this
I
instance.
I know! I cast Lesser Restoration on myself.
I wonder if it's because she was holding that over Briseia, because Briseia helped get his parents in that really bad situation of owing money to the false ivories, therefore to Serafima, as well as his father's blood. She started, like, yelling at me and saying, just because you betrayed his parents, blah, 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 thinks you can use that information over me with Serafima, you think you have another thing coming. And I said, I didn't say I was going to do any of that. And she said, well, we will not be speaking about this again, and do not bring this up to Serafima, otherwise I'll kill you. And I said, okay. I also was trying to find out more information about Cornelia, but when I said that, she just kind of scoffed, and I was like, oh, okay.
Can you try to be more careful?
I'm always careful.
Are you?
I mean, I have not a scratch on me.
Oh, so Celia didn't beat you up in the bouncer fight? Because I thought I saw that.
I think one of us right now looks very bloodied and battered, and one looks pristine. And he kind of smirks.
That was kind of rude.
So is what you said.
What do you mean what I said?
You don't think I'm capable.
I didn't say I don't think you're capable. I said you should be more careful.
But I'm always careful.
But you're not careful.
When have I not been careful?
When you pretended to be Lady Briseia and talked to Miss Alona like...
It worked out, though.
It did work out, but it wasn't careful. I'm not saying the Fated Fates make careful decisions. I'm just saying...
I don't know. You never noticed when I was somebody else and talking to you.
What?
What was I? And then he walks away.
Isa takes a shot, but then she also follows Casimir.
Shay, Finley, you guys doing anything?
I was going to be hanging out with Fiara and Finley, and 100% was giving Finley, like, way too long of a hug at one point. Just, like,
oh, not
saying anything, just a tight hug. And then after a good long moment of that, she's going to go grab Cinnamon and just, like, cuddle him.
I'm just glad both of you are all right, and with the involvements with diamonds, because you had a scare as well, Shay, so...
I think the further, dying, a little bit weirder of, like, an insight. I'm kind of more curious, like, going, what seems towards a trajectory towards Serafima, Rousseau, and that kind of reminded me, and he kind of, like, holds his palms out, and a glowing, like, thing of druidic text is going to appear. He's going to be like, I'm more so curious why the Rousseaus wanted this thing to begin with.
I truly wish Cornelia hadn't been taken, and I hope she's alright, because maybe she would have some insight on the Rousseaus and their plans. I wonder how seated they are with whatever these 4 entities are.
What is that, Finley?
Oh, my village, this is their own, like, druidic text. It used to not be this. It used to be an actual, like, stone tablet, druid's earth. And it got destroyed, but it's kind of, like, stuck to me now. I don't know, maybe something about insane fire magic and explosions, and maybe it had something to do with my mama and her magic or her wildfire spirit, but it's kind of stuck to me. Like when I first met everybody, it just doesn't leave me. I can't take it. No one can hold it. It's just here. But it's important because it seems like it's what Tarek Rousseau was after the entire time. Well, that's at least the feeling I was given by my mom. Legacies and legacies of druids are just... Oh, you know what? That feels a little heavy. As he, like, takes the first shot of the night for him.
Shay still has, like, a full shaker of whatever drink she had concocted, and she just pours, like, enough for all 3 of you.
I'm wondering, if we have time, I might try to take a little field trip back to Doshamore. I was young last time I was there. When we went for the Fight Club, I didn't really have time to mess with this thing.
Maybe. There's still a lot we have to figure out. I can definitely say I think these are 3 children with a lot of weight that would put on our shoulders. Kind of looking both to Shay and Finley. Maybe we try to be happy for a night and not think about all the ancestors' plights put onto us. Maybe something like that.
Wait for another day.
Okay.
Do you have a drinking game or something?
Absolutely. She just like pulls out a deck of cards and some dice from nowhere. It's like, let's go.
Finley just holds up a drink and is like, to the three of us and our very mighty shoulders. And the burdens they do carry. And he just like throws back drinks.
Cinnamon just like quacks.
So if we're leaving my room, Wash is probably... Because we're neighbors, right? You and me, Codex?
I think
Yes,
so.
you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then Wash is about to knock on Codex's door.
You just see the door open, and she's like walking out and like turn to talk to Terrence. She's like, I think you're right. Hey.
Hey, can I talk to you real quick?
Yeah. She like looks at Terrence and it's just like,
Terrence is giving you a nod. And then looks at Wash and gives also a nod.
And Wash gives a skeptical nod.
yeah. Do you want to talk in my room?
Here's fine, I guess.
Should I be here?
I know we have a lot of things that we need to do as a group, but I think we have time before the meeting tomorrow. Would you like to go on a date and get coffee or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that would be great. That's what I was gonna come talk to you about.
Oh, cool. Right. So like, I don't know, 8 a.m. each of there.
Okay, cool. So 8 a.m. tomorrow. Where do you want to? Where?
I think there's like a coffee shop nearby, like just down the street.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Okay.
All right.
Glad I could be here for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool, Terrence.
Get out of here, you crazy kids! And he pushes both of you away and he goes into his room.
Yeah, she's gonna go to the bar and get hammered with everyone.
Okay. You're following Casimir, right?
Yeah.
Casimir's just gonna go into the courtyard, which is now kind of empty.
Do you actually talk to me as other people?
No.
What?
I mean, unless you count Cashmere.
I don't. I really don't. You didn't really put a lot of effort into that.
That's good. I was quite proud of him.
Well, okay. No. Like the visage or whatever was good, but the name could have used some work. Because I saw you were sitting next to my parents, and I feel like it was pretty easy for them to just be like, Casimir. It is.
Arathia's on the tail.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. She's just been looking.
Why did they tell a complete stranger that?
No, all they think is they just think they're being followed after whatever. Maybe because Fated Fate stuff. I know it's Arathia. I didn't tell them that.
Okay, why do you know it's Arathia?
Well, she leaves a little calling card.
What does she leave?
It's like a tethered rope, arcanically, on the backs of their jackets.
And you just left it there?
I can't dispel it.
Why?
It's a very powerful spell. I'd have to go to the Onyx Obscurity.
Why? Can you just do... It's a thing on them.
And it's being concentrated on at the Onyx Obscurity. To break the concentration, I'd have to go to the Onyx Obscurity. And I thought you want me to be careful.
Oh my god. Yeah. My parents aren't around that much. Why wouldn't she just follow one of us? Do I have a rope on my back?
You already said you don't want your parents to be hurt.
Yeah, I don't want my parents to be hurt.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Leverage.
Oh, I see. Okay. So she's gonna come after me?
I don't know.
What's your theory, Casimir?
My theory is Arathia is a very dangerous person who likes to learn things at any cost and also, for some reason, administer chaos in a way of giving our current enemy of Lady Serafima Rousseau diamonds and her entourage.
Okay. Thanks.
You don't seem well.
Yeah, I just killed Finley.
He's fine.
Yeah, but I still did it. It doesn't feel good to kill people. Like, friends. It doesn't feel good. And this is the second... I don't know. I don't want to do it again.
It was an accident.
Yeah, but it still happened.
And it's no longer happened.
No, but it was... If I didn't cast it, it wouldn't have happened. You know?
It's funny, you're more like my brother and my sister in a way than I think you might realize.
What do you mean by that?
You focus too much. You live in the past.
Yeah. Is that it?
I think sometimes you don't express your true feelings. And you hide behind an easier emotion.
Like what?
Rage,
Oh, yeah.
anger, sadness.
Okay. I don't want to be compared to your brother again.
He doesn't say anything back yet.
So, please don't do that.
Why?
Because I don't like him.
Why?
Because he did bad things.
And have you not?
Listen, I know that I'm like him. I just don't want to hear it, okay? I don't like it. I don't want to think about it, and I don't want my friend to tell me that. So, just, don't say it. Please.
Understood. I apologize.
Thanks. I'm gonna go drink more. I think.
I'm gonna go to the Onyx Obscurity.
What? No. No, hold on. Stop. Why do you think that's a good idea?
Because I've been in conversations with somebody who's very helpful currently.
Oh my god. Who else are you posing as?
I'm not posing as anybody else. They are.
Or who are they posing as?
It's neat to know.
Oh, and I'm not need to know?
Not currently.
What do you mean? Why? Because it's reckless and you're doing it. And you don't want me to know that you're being reckless because you just said you weren't going to be reckless.
I don't think it's reckless. I just think it's an easy way in, and there might be a way to turn around some issues we're running into.
Oh, do you not trust me?
The Onyx Obscurity is constantly watching everybody.
Yeah, obviously. Arathia is watching my parents, so why can't I know?
I don't think you need to.
Why?
I just think it's better if it's a two-person thing.
So it's a two-person thing.
Yes.
Who else knows?
The other person.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go to drink.
Okay.
And then she just walks away.
Casimir will exit. Hey, so have you seen my brother?
Huh?
Have you seen my brother?
Is it Fiora?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to the Onyx Obscurity.
What? Why?
Oh, he won't tell me. Because he doesn't trust me. Also, he thinks I'm like Balthazar. Isn't that nice?
Are you like Balthazar?
Okay, that's why. That's not the point. He's mean. He's being rude. I think.
Okay.
Why? Why do you need to talk to Casimir?
I was just wondering where he was.
Oh.
I'm gonna go talk to my other brother then.
What?
Balthazar?
Yeah, is he still in his cell?
Yes.
Are you positive?
Yes. There has been no more rabbit hands going through the cell door, so yes.
Who
That makes
snitched?
sense.
Shay?
Why do you need to talk to him?
I feel like you're trying to collect a lot of information that you don't necessarily need right now.
Why are you both telling me I don't need information?
Because he's my brother.
Yeah, and I hate him, so why do you have... I just don't understand why he's being brought into these things.
Because he has a lot of good information. He's also my brother.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go. She kind of like awkwardly and walks out.
If you go out the door, Finley's just standing there because he was following Fiara. You left your shoes at the bar.
I know, I was going back for them.
Cobblestone can be very... I stepped on a rock earlier when I was leaving the shower and it really hurt, so I didn't want your feet to get hurt. But I brought you your shoes.
Okay.
I can just talk to you
I'll be
about
at this
tomorrow.
meeting tomorrow or whatever. I'm going to go back to the wilds.
Take me with you.
Why?
I just want to go back and sleep in my bed.
Alright, let's just go. Let's let the fated fates, minus you, all rest for the evening. I need to talk to Balthazar.
Alright.
Alright. And she watches, she kind of takes out this dial that she kind of twists, and it makes this little portal that you both walk through. Fiara and you end up in Panwork. Panwork's mine. And she walks immediately to Balthazar's cell. Are you just going to go to sleep or are you following her?
I'm following her.
Yeah, okay.
And you're like, tea.
She kind of like walks forward to his cell where you see it's a bit more like before it was like a barren cell and now it's kind of like he has a chair. He has a chair, like a little table, and you watch as like he has this knife and you watch as he's kind of just like cutting his hair.
No, his beautiful locks.
It's gonna be so hot. What?
Sister and Fearbolg.
Damn.
Hi, Balthazar. May we speak also, Finley? Why are you here?
I'm not tired and I'm still a little bit drunk.
Okay. I just would like to speak with you a little bit about just some things we need to figure out. Can you tell me a bit more about the etchings and where you discovered that, and who told you about those things? And why would I do that? I don't know, Balthazar, maybe because you could help people change the things that you wanted to change without causing a full massacre. Says you wanted to kill the god of the sun. And I've changed that. I will just be chopping him in a diamond for a time. Sounds healthy. I just want to know where you found it. Other than back, I doubt you came back to Ponte to find it. Give me a night out from the cell, I'll tell you tomorrow morning.
Oh god.
And why would I trust that you would not just leave and not tell me? You have your dogs. Finley, stay with Balthazar.
Sure.
Tomorrow morning you tell me or I never let you out of the cell again. Thank you, sister. She kind of like just like you watch. She like waves her hand across the cells and just like dissipates, and this like the actual bars of the cell just go whoosh down as they collapse. And he kind of like gets up, grabs his coat. All right, I'll be leaving then. I'll tell you in the morning, sister. You have a name?
Oh, Finley. I guess every time I introduce myself to talk to you, you just never jotted it down. That's fine. Hurts a little bit. Just a little bit because I try to walk.
And then he just kind of like starts walking out of the mine. Yeah, so you just lead him outside, or he leads you outside rather, most likely to the cold air of Vilmire. And he kind of he's pretty silent.
Yeah, I'd say if he's just like walking quietly, then Finley's probably just gonna like tag behind a little awkwardly. It's still like close to him, just like walking, not really knowing what to like say, because for the past couple months that Balthazar's been here, Finley has like walked by and like said hello and like maybe dropped off like the occasional like thing to the cell that he's in, but Balthazar just like never spoke, so it's like, okay, we're walking.
I don't necessarily need a babysitter.
Oh, I don't really need to babysit. She asked if I could, so I said yes.
I don't see why I would need someone else corralling me when there already is and he kind of watches, he like kind of shoots off some smoke from his hand, and probably near one of the open air areas that are like reach out into like just the regular plains of the wilds, probably like what you would consider the edge of the town nearest to Panworks. It like hits what looks like a dome that kind of just thunks and goes away. It's just another cage.
Right. I mean, I don't know. You've been alone in your cage. Maybe it's nice to have company that isn't questioning you about anything or making you feel bad about anything. You know?
And you're supposed to be the friendly face that just wants to have trivial conversation.
Sure, I can be. I mean, I'm sure you know things that I want the answers to.
Does it look like I want to have that? And he kind of like gives you like this like very shit-eating grin with like dead eyes.
Well, I don't know. I've never seen you ready for conversation, so I don't really know what that looks like. I don't know. What do you want to do?
I'd like to peacefully walk and be left alone.
Well, I already said I'd walk with you, so now I'm committed to a night of camaraderie.
Finley, I could kill you right now, and my sister and my brother would still forgive me. You don't need to be here.
That's true on both parts. I'm not unaware of that. Hurts to think about. But, I don't know. I think this would be a good moment. A good time. We could walk. I could get to know you. I could get to know Balthazar for who you are as Balthazar.
He kind of just like turns, rolls his eyes, turns, and just starts walking. It's up to you if you want to continue speaking. He currently is not.
Yeah, he'll probably just continue trailing along and just be like, well, then I guess I'll start. My name is Finley, of the Day Galilees.
Yes, I know who you are.
All right.
You're from Doshenmore, and you were one of the conquests Fiara tried to get on her side. Maybe conquest is too dire a word, but one of the allies she tried to recruit before your mother, because of the secrets that the Doshenmore druids had, blew up the entire village, and you are seemingly the only survivor. Congratulations to you. It's not,
Kind
very,
of just
not
like-
very nice.
He's just like taking in all the words that were just said, and just like, I mean, I guess no one's ever said congratulations for surviving. But speaking of secrets, I was wondering if you knew anything, and he kind of like opens both of his palms to have that druidic text show up, that like glowing fiery text. I was wondering, Fiara doesn't have really any knowledge about this, and the two best druids that I know also know nothing about it, and I don't know what code they're trying to keep hidden, especially from me, but I'm not so sure what this is talking about.
Well,
this.
they wouldn't be called Secrets of Doshenmore if they weren't secrets, would they, Mr. Galilei?
Well, I understand what a secret is. Thank you. I just don't know, because no one taught me how to read this specifically.
Right, because they all died in an explosion.
They did all die in an explosion. That is correct. Kind of like does like a little air tallying. Is like another correct bit of information from Balthazar. Right, I just don't. No one taught me, because again, they blew up in an explosion. They all died.
And what makes you think I would know anything about it if my sister and my brother don't? And he kind of smirks when he says that.
Well, considering for the last 5 or so months they've been coming to you every so often, every day probably feels like it, going, Balthazar, what do you know? I've come to understand that you're a person of greater understanding, or different understanding, than the two of them.
So you're trying to get information out of me just like my sister. Like I said, and he starts to like kind of like turn, like he's probably looking at you every so often when you're walking, but at this point he probably like turns his face fully forward and is like not looking at you as he kind of like says this and like puts his hand up kind of in like a dismissive way. Or like, you know, kind of like that, like, okay, I'll see you later. Like, but like, he says, like I told Fiara, I'll give her the information she wants in the next morning. I don't need her dog begging for it the night prior. Let me have a night out alone, please.
I mean, yeah, I can give you a night out alone, but also this information's not for Fiara, this is for me, and trust me when I tell you that I never foresaw this as an option or a potential place for me to get this kind of information. I'm sure you understand this is not the first place that I thought to ask for this source of information, but as someone with the unbearable guilt of being the only survivor of the clan that I have, and the sole inheritor of the legacy my mother left behind, this is kind of an important thing for me. So I just really want to know what this is. So
why not ask your first or second choices? I'm assuming I'm not either.
First choice blew up. Can't really ask her. Second choice also fizzled away into ashes. Because you see, the first one is my mother. The second one was her wildfire.
Okay, what about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I cannot assume I'm in your top 10 list of anything, Finley de Galilei.
It was kind of a short list. I'm sure you understand there was really only 2 people on there. I mean, Tora and Iessa were also people that I asked. But clearly these were specific druid secrets. They weren't for just the general druidic community at large. So do you know anything?
Yes, your mother and the rest of the Ignis Cal druids in Doshenmore all had connection somehow to the flame of the sun. Does that suffice? Can I be left alone now?
If they're just like walking, if Balthazar keeps going forward while saying that, then he's just like,
You can pick your job.
Alright, when you say the fire of the sun, do you mean like the physical thing? Or do you mean like metaphorically from Zaharis? Or do you mean both?
Yes.
Right, now that's a little bit heavier than just having wildfire.
Finley, you must have some type of intelligence in you. When you look at that text, can you read it?
Yeah, I can read it.
Can you actually?
Reading and understanding are two different things.
Then read it to me. What about it do you not understand?
He kind of just like holds it up.
I would say from what you can read from these texts, it's not like you can read it word for word. It's you can like pick up symbols and meanings. It's an ancient text. It's a text you don't necessarily know how to read. Yeah. It's just text you've seen before that you're like, your mom would be like, this is fire, and like you've seen those characters before, and you can see those characters there. So you've been trying to translate it, and you've been getting loose translations, like loose translations of your own knowledge from when you were 10.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't say you can fully read it.
Short answer, no.
Right.
Do you have any knowledge of Druidic as a language?
Very little. But what I do know is it's an ancient text. You see, unfortunately, mortals in the eclipsed realms, in Zodona, the world, they had to be taught. Babes fresh out of the womb, or just into the world, if you have to think of it, cannot just know everything. So texts, magic, all types of things were bestowed by the gods before they were locked behind the Divine Gate after the Cosmic Divide and all of that. And he just like kind of like sighs and rolls his eyes. So, yes, the Ignis Cal have relations way back in the ancient times of getting their power of flame from the god of the sun, because the sun was the first flame. Okay? Was any of that ever taught to you? You must have at least a basic understanding. And if not from your family that blew up in a fire, mine. Or whatever you call the rest of the martyrs of Ponte. And he kind of laughs at it, which probably hurts your feelings.
He kind of like stops. I know this is probably just like really beneath you and silly to entertain the muses of a...
He sighs and rolls his eyes.
What you would probably perceive as just a juvenile little cowman. But when people start teaching children things, they don't start with the big concepts. They start small with, alright, this is Druidic for fire. So you recognize the characters of fire, but when that's not really something you get...
That's why I said, not your family, but your... And he does like air quotes with one hand. Newfound family.
Well, I don't know what the air quotes are for.
Right. You don't talk, none of you in this rebellion you have against the, well, just Sabrari as a whole, understandably, which is a very... He sounds like he wants to say more about a rebellion in Sabrari, but probably because of his own defeat. He's like, I don't even want to talk about being against the Berg right now. They didn't teach you any of that. You don't have this base understanding that Fiora, my sister, my brother Casimir, and even myself at a point, all hate gods and hate the god of the sun because of the parish that follows him in this land specifically. You never got any information about gods and the connection to the world at all in your 40-some years?
Well, I'm 60.
Whatever.
I would say youthfully so. No, I understand how the world and the gods work, but it's not every day that a druid learns, hey, this fire you command is part of the first flame. Usually it's just, oh, look, produce flame. That's just fire.
Okay, now you have the information. Are we done?
I mean, we're done with that, but...
What possibly more could there be?
I don't know. It just feels like you don't really have a really good concept of family. Or at least a good relationship with the idea of it. Or the martyrs, because I wouldn't say that's just necessarily a petty rebellion against the Berg or Zabrari as a whole. I just like to help people. And a lot of the martyrs like
Finley then kind of like turns around, looks right at you, stops walking at that point. Do you think... Does any part of you think I have a good relationship with my family? My mother and father, the only two good people I've ever known, killed for helping people. Creating a society that would actually benefit everybody and not be weighed in by buckling knees under gods. And the entire society, and world, and home, and city, and region, as he kind of like points out to like the dead plains of the wilds. Stripped from us. And then for 8 years, my brother, my sister, and I traversed the wilds looking for refuge, looking for sanctuary, because we couldn't go to the Berg. Because even the slightest whiff of the Damata children surviving the attack of Ponte would be cast into prison would be lucky. More likely burned at a pyre before the Berg, any air quotes again, changed its ways, which it hasn't. And then, much longer later, at the end of those 8 years, alone, cold, hungry, dying, when we could have had refuge, or at least a chance at it, my brother and my sister left me to fend for myself because of the fear of death. I don't know if you know anything about the Russet Waste. I assume you do. I know who ISA is. We've tried to find sanctuary in the Russet Waste. Not a place that is very welcoming to outsiders. I thought maybe if at least the three of us went to beg for sanctuary, we would have a better chance. But my youngest sibling, so terrified something might happen, sent me, the eldest, alone. And I begged. And I died. And then I woke up. As something different, something changed. And then I thought maybe with these new powers, maybe, and he's kind of like staring at his hands, staring at the moon. Something. We could do something. Revenge, vengeance, justice, something. No, let's stay in the wilds. Let's gather our forces out here, because of course, the wilds, which have already been stripped, burned dry, sacked, razed, they could make an army to go against the Berg, right? No, Balthazar, I think you're striving too far, going into the Berg, infiltrating from the inside. So yes, I don't have a good sense of family, Mr. Galilei. And for some reason, for some hellish god's awful reason, they still... He does pause. He kind of like chuckles and pauses and gets quiet. Want me here. If I had to guess, it's out of guilt.
Or love. Sorry if I interrupted your train of thought. And it might not be the rat train of thought, or even...
Do you know what? I've never been, and kind of like he's like you're saying things. He's like not even going through his head. He's like just thinking. I might have done a lot that many people will not agree with, and maybe at this point, after solitude and thinking and quiet, I too can say might have been overdone. But you can only cut so many ties, so many threads in a weave, until there's just one strand left, and I'll do whatever I can to keep it going.
What? Kind of just like a lot of things, just like flying, like understanding and listening to everything, but just like all these things like flying passively. Who did you do it for? Everything that you led up to, who was it for?
Do what for?
I mean, it's a noble thing to take things to an extreme if you feel like that's where your only options are, but who were you destroying Zabraria for?
His eyes kind of like narrow and his brow furrows a little bit. I smell a hint of judgment under that. And the thing is, Mr. Galilei, lest you forget, your mother blew up her entire people. So I don't think we're very different. Leliana, Galilei, and I are not that different. I also tried to destroy, to protect.
Well, that's the importance of my question is that. Who'd you do it for? Because if you did it for the same reason as my mother did it, it would be, I think, a little bit more noble. But I think what separates, and I'm sorry, I don't really need your answer who you did it for. I would say the thing that separates you from the actions of my mother is, if my mother did it for the same reasons you did, and for the same person you did, she would be here, not me. She didn't do it for herself or this grand idea. She did it because it was the only option left, and she did everything she could in her power to at least save something. Leave something behind for somebody. So if this was all some way to stab back at a world that hurts you. I understand. I'm not saying what you did is right. I'm not saying what you did is wrong. Because the Fated Fates, they can have all their...
You say they like you're not part of them now.
It's still baby steps. It's not like it's something that I asked to be part of or that I wanted to join. I just kind of got lumped in really quickly. And it feels like it's all just been a downward slope from there. And then I died for him. Well, for Codex.
He scoffs.
But even then, it's not like it's something that I intentionally did. I didn't choose to die for her. It was just I think a slip up might have happened. I know this is probably just so weird, and I feel like we sidelined. But I don't know. It was nice to. I would say, bizarrely enough, this is the first time in a long time that I have not been frustrated by the person I'm having a conversation with.
I'm sure they'll win you many brownie points with everybody that you're getting along with me.
I think it would be the opposite. What's the opposite of a brownie point? Because I feel like that's probably what I'm going to get.
That was sarcasm.
Ah. Kind of like puts an X up in the air. I lost that point in conversation.
Listen, I've never walked in the air pretending like I'm a good person. I've never walked in the air pretending like I didn't see horrors and want to respond in kind. I don't care what that makes me. I just don't care.
I think it helps sometimes. You don't have to care all the time. It's a heavy burden to care about everything, but...
No, I care, but the things I care about are... Kind of stops himself and then just shakes his head a bit. I don't know.
Well, what do you care about?
Ponte. My family. Our legacy. Oddly enough, Zabraria. But many of these months have been just reevaluating what Zabraria is and what I actually want. There are faults of mine I need to own. Doesn't mean I feel too terrible about them, though.
I don't necessarily think it's the makings of a bad person to not really have to care about every bad thing they've ever done.
I just want revenge.
Me too. So I do look forward to Fiara telling us anything you have to say about Serafima. That's a great place to start.
Well, it goes much higher than her, if that's any consolation. Now, if you'll excuse me, I would very much like to feed. Don't worry, just some farm animals.
Oh. Alright, do you want a hug?
Good night, Mr. Galilei. And then he'll just turn and walk away.
Waits a little bit, just kind of like, good night, Mr. DeMarta.
Don't call me that.
Good night, Balthazar.
Just keeps going. He doesn't respond, he just keeps going.
Just so you know, technically you did not say no to the hug. You just ignored it. So
he turns into mist and just evaporates into the air.
Kind of just like...
Probably like right before you go back into Pembroke, you'll hear like sheep dying in the distance. Wash and or Codex, one of you are knocking on the door.
She's knocking on the door. She's going to stand awkwardly in the main lobby or whatever of our house.
Wash will probably check Codex's door, realize no one's in there, and then go down to try to find her.
Yeah, she's just standing down there. Hey!
You ready?
Yep. Okay, let's go.
Right.
So, you bring them to a pretty close by coffee shop that's like just south of the Silent District, probably about like a 15-minute walk, called Kobold's Coffee.
Oh my god. Is it run by the 3 kobolds that make up Triple Threat?
Yeah. Triple Threat, with their money, they have been able to open up within the last 3 months.
Oh my god.
Were able to open up their own coffee store, their truest dream. Their first dream was adventurers, their second dream, coffee store.
Coffee store. I get it.
Everything is like little kobold or dragon themed, like the cups, the handle of the mug will look like a dragon, but its tail is like the arm of the mug. It's cute in there. There's a lot of stones and like little like fake gold piles that they'll like be like, that's the trash can or whatever. It's all themed inside.
Starbucks could never.
No.
I didn't realize this was a themed place. I just wanted to support Triple Threat.
Right? Yeah. No, I think it's cool. I mean, if they, yeah, I think it's cool.
Okay. I'm gonna get us some coffees, I guess. Do you want anything else?
If they have like pastries, I would take one. You can relax. You seem really freaked out.
Yeah, I don't do this much.
Bosh, just chill.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go up to the counter, get 2 drinks and, I don't know, pastry.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give you this over Zaharvis, but I kind of second thought, because it didn't look good, but I worked on it a bit more, so he's gonna pass over the bag.
Okay. It's not bad. You guys okay? She pulls it over and like starts to unwrap it, and then she's like, "Wait, why didn't you think it looked good?" What? Okay. And she just like opens it and just holds it up.
It's a wood carved like coiled basilisk bracelet.
That's so cute. She like holds it up and like looks at it. And she's like, "Oh my god, what do you mean this doesn't look good? This looks amazing."
The first one kind of looked like just a stick.
Where did you? Wait, did you make this?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is so good. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
She's gonna put it on. I can't believe you remember that. That was my favorite animal. Thanks.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you out on a date, because it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been relatively crazy. This actually does work out because I have been thinking a lot. And okay, so how much do you know about like gnomish traditions?
Not much.
There's a tradition with some gnomes where it's like, if you're interested in someone, you give them a present that represents both yourself and your family and like all that stuff, to show that you're like interested in them and that you're like connected to them and whatever. So like, I mean, I was gonna make a joke that like I didn't get you anything, but like I have something for you, but it's not like I didn't get it for you. It's some okay. Anyway, so my first question is, and she like stops and like just like squints for a second and then like drinks her coffee and then like sits and then she's like, I don't know how to do this correctly and it doesn't really matter, so whatever. But like, you already seem like you're kind of freaking out. So, okay, cool. Me too. So it's great. But I think, listen, she like lowers her voice really low and she's like, listen, Felix, I'm down if you're down, and like, but okay, so anyway, I'm gonna just, and she like reaches behind her neck and she like unclips the clasp of her necklace that she always wears, and she like drops it's like the little half circle coin that she has, and she drops it in her hand, and then she kind of just like holds it out to you, and she's like, this would be my present to you because it represents not only me and my dad's, because they helped me cut it in half, but it was also what was left with me at the orphanage from whoever my real mom or parents or whoever are. So if you're down, I'm down. And she like holds the necklace out to you.
He's going to like kind of reach out and like, so we're dating now?
Yeah, do you want to be boyfriend, girlfriend?
I would like that.
Okay, cool. That was my spellcasting focus, so I have...
Oh, fuck.
No, I can make a new one. And she, like, points at the bracelet that you gave her.
Aww.
Yeah, so it's good. She just drinks her coffee, eats her pastry, is, like, looking out the window.
Alright, so Fiora probably sends you home before she and Balthazar talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are all in the...
I think
we're
having our own coffee and pastries at the house. It's
Hell yeah.
You think Wash has chilled the fuck out?
A little bit more, yeah.
Good for him.
Alright, so slowly, everybody kind of from yesterday, except for the parents, come together. Eventually Fiora and Casimir both show up, as Phoebe and Casimir. As all of you just make a wisdom check.
What?
I thought you were gonna say save.
Yeah, I was like wisdom saving throw?
No, there's no saves.
Does it say walk through the door? Right.
Oh,
now
bad.
I roll like
Nice.
shit. You fucking kidding me?
Terrence.
22.
Wash.
10.
Shay.
12.
Codex.
I'm gonna choose to fail because I'm
I have
concentrating on my the thing.
Okay.
12.
Finley.
20.
All right. Once like everyone like sits down and probably Dog would be the first one to like stand up and be like, okay, like I have some information I should share. I brought this PowerPoint.
If you could turn to my keynote.
Faded Fates, you feel as like time kind of like stops for a second as you start to slowly see the back of each of your heads.
What?
As you watch as it seems like you're being pulled out of your body from the back.
Huh?
You watch as seemingly it looks like your spirits all kind of like take colors of their own as you kind of like start going backwards, and you watch what looks like these like almost like malicious red colored spirits go into your bodies.
Hey, what?
As you watch they kind of like and like move, and like Kodak's like, I have a question.
Hey, what?
As suddenly you guys kind of like go somewhere else, everything goes black, and you then, after a certain amount of time, all wake up. Terrence, when you wake up, you look like you're in some type of dungeon cell.
Oh my god.
Surrounded by 5 goblins.
He takes assessment of the situation and then holds out his own hands.
Green.
Right. Are there any defining features of these goblins? Like, or are we all just...
They're all crudely dressed in clothes similar to what you wear.
Dive horns.
You have a bandana, or like a bandana on. It looks like someone dressed these goblins up to look like the Faded Fates.
I'm gonna check my pockets. Do we have any of our things? I mean, obviously not, because these are different
No!
bodies.
You have vials in your pockets, and it does smell like piss in them.
I don't drink it.
Finley probably wakes up second.
I'm gonna look at Finley.
You see a goblin in front of you, wearing a leather jacket.
He looks cool.
I think I drank too much last night. Terrence, you look a lot like a goblin.
You also look like a goblin.
What do you mean I look like a goblin?
You are a goblin. I am a goblin. Everyone seems to be goblins right now. I'm gonna wake everyone up, and I'm gonna just nudge the...
As soon as you nudge Wash, he's gonna wake up, scream fuck, and cold cock you in the face.
Hold what? What?
If I wake Wash up, he's gonna punch me in the face.
Why does it hold cock in your face?
No, full cock.
Get your cold cock out of my face. He like grabs his face and is like, Wash, you're a fucking goblin too!
What the fuck?
Do I have paint that like on my hands and feet that mimic like the...
They've actually broken this goblin's leg to be digitigrade.
Oh god, ew. This is crazy. What if I did a voice? What if I did a goblin voice?
Where are we?
Yeah, can we like investigate?
Yeah,
Can we just look around?
Yes.
Can I try to pick the lock?
So you don't see a lock on the outside of the cell when you look at it, but looking around, it just looks like a stone like dungeon cell in like some type of building. The cell door, it just looks like bars.
Are they comically large bars that I can stick my head through?
Is there a goblin-sized hole in the wall that we can all escape through?
No.
How big, like, can I...
Can I shadow step?
You can't stick your head through. You cannot shadow step.
Oh. You think this goblin has had a shadow step?
So, alright, so we're now in goblin bodies in an empty dungeon that none of us recognize, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Is there, like, gravel or, like, rocks laying around, or is this, like, a completely polished floor?
It is a very polished floor.
Oh my god. Can I try casting message down the hallway?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sure, with what focus?
Mm-hmm. I'm just willing it.
Message!
I don't know, do they... Oh, well, if they're overdressed like ourselves, do I have my, like, a crude version of my necklace that I always wear?
Sure, you need 24 hours to do it,
Fuck!
though.
Oh, shit.
Not according to Reddit, no. She's like, She's gonna start climbing the bars and, like, be on the top and be like, hello! Like a little feral goblin.
Yeah, literally.
Try and get up to her height.
Yeah. Eventually, you hear, like, this, like, big tumble of iron, and then as you hear steps start to echo from this, like, large chasm-esque circular descending prison place. And you see the face of a very familiar, old-looking, disheveled dwarf of Mr. Browgrum.
Of course it's you! As he, like, takes the horns off and throws them on the ground, like...
Well, Faded Fates, welcome to your new digs.
Who are you?
The name is Mr. Browgrim. I'm head advisor to Lady Serafima Rousseau, and this is the lowest chamber of the Dungeon of the Polished Wall.
Well, Mr. Browgum, we're still cuter than you.
Okay.
He was one of the freaks that was at the Fight Club.
Okay. Issa clears her throat. She's like, okay. Why are we here?
Well, a wish was made, and it was granted, apparently.
How did you know we were going to have a meeting?
Well,
Also, why are you so ugly?
we didn't know you were going to have a meeting.
Okay,
This
well,
has been one day, and we just were going to overtake.
Now for the more important question.
Oh, yeah, why are you so ugly?
can we speak to the person in charge?
Yeah, she is planning on waiting to speak to you to give you the rundown of your next mission she's hiring you for.
Great.
As goblins?
Yes.
I don't think that's very helpful. We don't have any of our equipment
Anyway,
or
he'll stop, and he kind of just like
focuses,
throws like this like tray of meat.
How close is he getting?
He's just sliding it under. I'll leave you to it. Enjoy.
May I, Missy Step?
So you can't, unfortunately, because this goblin doesn't have those abilities.
Shay is gonna yell something out the bars as all of this chaos is going on.
Oh boy.
Cornelia Rousseau, are you here?
Ooh.
Yes.
Are you a goblin?
No. What? What are you guys doing here?
She wasted a wish to make us goblins and put us in this cell just to tell us what our next mission is, but we have to do it as goblins.
Yeah, that's a lie. She's gonna kill you.
Oh, yeah.
As goblins?
That makes more sense.
We'll get you out once we're not goblins, or, I mean, maybe we could do it as goblins. She kind of like looks over her shoulder at everyone.
Our first mission.
As goblins.
Yeah.
Did you achieve what you wanted to before you got...
What do you think, Shay?
No, but I do know that you would never stop trying.
Yeah. You watch as, very similar to when you guys were outside of Cow Crater Doshimore, there looks like to be the inscription of the eye appear as everything around you changes. When you appear in this vision, you are all kind of like spectral versions of your actual selves. So you're like, we're cured for a second. Before Cody's like, no, this is a vision. But like suddenly you guys are like all in this deep, rich forest. Shay, you'll be the first person to recognize this, is you are not too far off, maybe about 100 feet from the base of the Dawnwood in the grove. Everything kind of looks like this pristine green around you, as then you kind of feel this sense of dread and malice erupt from behind you as you look to see what looks like this it's almost like this exact negative opposite of the Dawnwood. This gray tree that is nearly the same size, probably a little tinier, that outstretches from the bottom of the grove. A gray trunk, black leaves, thorns all around it, and it seems to like almost like rain ash around it. In a flash, you watch as this being kind of appears between the two, and you watch, she has like this pink skin, long green hair that kind of florals into flowers and other blooming plants, as well as around her head it looks like this vine crown almost that is a deep red, very similar to the horns out of Othamir, the Scar Warlord's eyes, the halo around Kessak, the red leather dress of Visara, and the other trespasser gods you've seen thus far. Codex, you'll have this innate feeling already that this is Yofet. The pink is not too far off from yours. It's probably a bit paler than yours, but the pink of her skin is very similar to the pink of the tufts of your hair. You watch as she looks almost saddened in whatever she's doing, and as like the vision, it's like the vision is forming around you. Like you are in this forest and you see this tree, then the other tree appears. This negative opposite tree, then Yofet appears, and then it seems like now there's like images of people appearing, bodies appearing, as there are like what looks like a war between humanoids and other creatures. And Yofet lets down a single tear as you watch her outstretch her hand towards you guys, because you guys are facing the Dawnwood, so more towards the opposite tree, and you watch as that opposite negative tree just bursts into just this pile of ash as it falls to the ground. Even though it makes a side that seems lighter seem happier for what's going on. If you want to say the Dawnwood side seems to revel in that destruction, it does still sadden Yofet, who you must assume has created that thing as well. In an instant, it looks almost like the image shifts and changes, like time has moved. And from the ash, you watch as 3 tiny silhouettes appear out of the ash. Off in the foggy distance of the outer skirts of the wood, it then looks like far off there is this silhouette of somebody in a robe or dress before just like coming towards these tiny little silhouettes that have come out of the ash before the vision knocks you out and you're back in your goblin bodies in the cell.
Did everyone see that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think those silhouettes were like beasts? There was someone else in the distance?
And with that is where we'll call today's session.